Yo, good morning, everyone. Looks like we're gonna have a beautiful day here in central New York. Just got the dishes done, or put away rather. Got my lunch packed up for work, so I gotta go into the office today. And yeah, now we start our normal routine of taking care of the chickens. All right. If you remember from yesterday, first up, I get some water. Sunny. Eating some grass this morning. Didn't see any deer out there when we just walked out, but sometimes there'll be a bunch of deer out there behind the pine trees, just munching on some grass. I saw my first two little baby deer for the year yesterday. They were just off on the side of the road, walking around with their mom in the tall grass. Oh, there we go. All right, got some water for the chicks. Set over there. I think I mentioned yesterday that we had the Sonny's looking at something. We had a run yesterday, a trail run yesterday. So I did that. It was a 10K, and it was rough. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was very, very hard. My legs are a little bit stiff today. But man, that was no joke. Yeah, it was no joke, that's for sure. There's like 1,150 feet of elevation gain throughout the course. And at one point, we were just straight up climbing like stone stairs that were just carved into the side of the gorge for like 15 minutes straight. It was pretty nuts. So my legs are a little bit sore today. Not too bad. I've been training pretty hard, but I don't have a stair stepper, so I have not been able to train for that specific of a scenario. But we do have a lot of elevation out here on the trails and roads that I do most of my training on. So the elevation didn't totally kill me, but I was pretty smoked. And that was like in the beginning of the course. All right, so one thing I'm gonna do this morning, I'm gonna take out the dirt trap, I believe, and clean that off a little bit, and then put a bunch of wood shavings down over everything, and then put the dirt trap back in and give them some new food and water. So to do that, I gotta lift this up. I gotta get them all off. Get them all off of here. Come on, get down. Just grab them. All right. And then pull this off. Try and tap it off a little bit. Get some of the poop off of it. this off to the side. All right, looks pretty good. So then, just to check. I don't see any dead ones. We haven't had any die from this group in a while. Probably been close to a week. Let's say Monday. Yes. So these guys are actually exactly 2 weeks old today. So with the wood shavings here, I just grab them out of the baggie, just toss a bunch in, spread them around. Yeah, it's amazing how much these little things poop, right? Like, so you really got to stay on top of keeping the coop clean, or the brooder clean, because they can get really dirty and really stinky really fast, and that does not promote good health for them. So it's very important to keep it clean, and a great way to do that is with a bunch of wood chips, wood shavings. And the reason being, these are basically there's a lot of carbon, right? This is wood has a lot of carbon in it, and that carbon will bind, chemically bind to stinky things, and absorb them before they can get sent out into the air. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing, just over, let's see if I can show you here, just over on that side. Watch out, chickies. Watch out. Watch out. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. That. I'll put this plate heater back over here. Okay, and then I think we're good with this. So, all right, put the very carefully put this dirt trap back in so I don't smush anyone. That would not be good. Go on, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Oop, let me move. So I'll just put this over here now, this time. I try to switch up the position of this a little bit every now and again. I just think it's helps spread some of the, like where they concentrate themselves a little bit. So I think that helps try to keep the brooder a little bit more clean. But they are messy, that's for sure. Alright. Just grab some food for me. So I don't think I talked about the food yesterday. This is a organic, non-GMO feed that we get from a feed mill here in central New York. They're about an hour away, so each spring I'll go down there and pick up a 2,000 pound tote of feed, and then we'll take that and just empty it into the barrels that are out in the barn, as well as any extra we can put in these bins. But it's a lot more, it's cheaper to buy it in bulk like that. So that's why we do it. And make sure that it's the highest quality feed, because we want to raise these in the best way possible. And to do that, you got to feed them the best way possible. So, it's outside. All right. Watch out, dog. Yeah, now they're getting after it already. Alright, we got some fresh water. We got food, water, wood shavings. Okay, now we gotta go check on the layers. Let's grab them some food real quick out of this other bin. Gotta grab all my stuff here. We also need to get the water for the big broilers. Let's see if I can't grab that. We were in the middle of setting up our outdoor furniture, but the weather was not cooperating, so we had to kind of pause for a week while it rained basically every day and was cold. And that also caused our garden to not really do well either. So hopefully the weather picks up a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, I can grab it like this. There goes, there's Sunny. He always gets excited to go run out there, check things out. He'll pretty routinely catch a mouse or a mole or something like that off in the tall grass. Alrighty, that's the layers. Let's see here. Alrighty. You can eat the strawberries. Huh. All right. Well, yesterday I gave them a bunch of fruit scraps, and they did not eat them. They did not eat the strawberries or the mango. So, not sure why, but does that tell you anything about our food? That chickens won't eat it? I've heard stories of like dogs or cats. People offer them your typical store-bought beef and like an organic grass-fed beef from a local farm at the same time, and the dog or cat will pretty much always choose the farm beef over the store beef, and it makes you wonder, you know, why is that? What do they know that we don't? All right, these ones are definitely hungry. Let's go get some feed for that. I need my feed bucket. Can't forget that. The world runs on 5-gallon buckets and duct tape. Sonny, come on. 5-gallon buckets and duct tape, man. That's all it is. Last year in the barn here, there was a family of groundhogs, and Sonny got a hold of them. He didn't try to like kill them or tear them up or anything. He just grabbed the babies out their little hole here and brought them over to the house. But I think in the process of that, he squeezed them a little bit too hard in his mouth. They one definitely died, but the other one I put back, and I hadn't seen it, so I'm assuming that one lived. But it's just the realities of living out here where the creatures are. Alright, so we're getting kind of close to the bottom of that first. So when we filled them up out of the big feed sack, I was able to fit about 12 really full 5-gallon buckets in each barrel. And each of the 5-gallon buckets weighs about 30 pounds. So, barrel. So, we're going through a little bit of feed here, but again, these ones have been with us for almost 5 weeks now. And the other group has been with us for 2. So they're doing pretty good on the feed consumption. and water. Oh, I gotta put the dolly up. Put the dolly up. Alrighty. Well, that's about it for another day chores here. We gotta make sure, I think it's gonna be warm today, finally, for the first time, for one of the first times this year. So we always gotta make sure that they have water. Like, that's one thing we really don't want them to run out of. I don't care if they eat all the food that I give them every day. So since I'm gonna be in the office today, gotta make sure Hannah or Lori or somebody is able to give them some food, or excuse me, some water this afternoon. Usually around 11 or noon, if they're drinking a lot, is when they'll run out on a really hot day. But it's good to check anyway. So I think that'll do it. Thanks again for tuning in to another day here. I will see you next time.